Although I have Loch Leven at my backyard and Loch Awe at the front, I enjoy a little variety now and again. Little more than half an hour's drive is lovely Loch Leven, and because it's surrounded by the mountains of Glencoe to the south and the mighty moors to the north, it's often very sheltered waters. It has been a wet and windy October so far, so when a day of light winds was forecast, I left the house at the crack of dawn and was at Loch Leven just as the sun arose above the hills. I park up and launch at a big lay-by on the north shore opposite Glencoe village. There is an awkward banking at this location to carry the boat bits down, but high tide meant I didn't have to carry it too far across the shore, and it didn't take long to get the guppy ready. The sun was just beginning to rise above the Bidian Numbain hill range when I set off, and although it was late October, I was full of the joys of spring. Loch Leven is a sea loch, even though it's almost landlocked, and it's approximately 10 miles in length from the Ballachulish Bridge at the western end to Loch Leven village in the east. The forecast was for light winds with some strong gusts, bright but often overcast with the occasional shower. I love early morning starts as I can watch the sun slowly slide across the mountainsides. The autumn colours are really starting to show now, so I hope they will get some sun to show them at their best later on. Soon I was approaching the Narrows at Coolesnacken, and as the sea loch is tidal, there was a reasonable flow in the ebbing tide, forming some small waves. The flow was no match for my little 6-horsepower outboard, and I punched my way through the Narrows and into the upper basin. The sun and clouds now delightfully dappled the high tops of Ben na Caoilach. Beyond it stood Ban and the mighty moors. As the sun rose higher above the Glencoe hills and the southern bank, it beautifully illuminated more and more of the hills in the northern bank. Ambodach, standing 3,284 feet above sea level, marks the end of the loch at Loch Leven. Before heading back along the loch, I paused to look at the old pier. I have very fond memories of catching a huge conger eel under it. Fortunately got away before I had time to get it in the boat, as I didn't fancy a big conger flapping about in a small inflatable boat. I paused to watch some youngsters having some fun in their canoes. And I also took some time to smell the roses. That's when I realised that all this beautiful scenery was making me feel rather hungry, so I looked for a spot in the sun where I could land and have my morning coffee. A dark shadow pointed to the perfect place, so I landed to enjoy the warmth of the autumn sun. And found the perfect place to enjoy my morning coffee. And as I slowly slurped, I admired the views. It was a perfect autumn morning, but it was now time to move on again, so I clambered back in the boat. Back at the Narrows, I was soon bouncing happily over the still ebbing tidal waves, much to the amusement of a guy fishing in his anchored boat. Once back in the main basin of the loch, I started making my way towards Eilean Munde, a special island that sits off the shore of Ballachulish. And when I got there, I anchored just offshore on a still falling tide, as I intended going for a short walk. And of course, take in some views. Eilean Munde is of course the local burial ground, and many clan heroes are here, including MacIan, the chief of Clan MacDonald, who was murdered by rival Clan Campbell during the infamous Massacre of Glencoe. I always find places like this very poignant and moving, but also very peaceful. Just outside the ruins of St. Munde's Chapel, a little robin flew back and forth only inches from my feet. I imagined it was MacIan telling me that all was at peace in his new place. Before clambering back into my boat and continuing on my way to Ballachulish Bridge, I stopped for my lunch. And this time, as I slurped, I watched a kayak fisher trying to catch their lunch. And then continued on my way. The plan was to head under the Ballyhoolish Bridge, thus completing the length of lovely Loch Leven. The distant hills of Argour looked as magnificent as the hills that surround Loch Leven. Once under the bridge and past the Ballyhoolish Hotel, there was little more to do than turn around and go back the way I came. I thoroughly enjoyed my day boating between the hills on a lovely calm Loch Leven. I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.